whatever one desired. It was equipped with every form of furniture and wealth which tended to increase in the course of time. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The castle created in the sky by Kardama Muni may be called a castle in the air, but by his mystic power of yoga, Kardama Muni actually constructed a huge castle in the air. To our feeble imagination, a castle in the sky is an impossibility, but if we scrutinizingly consider the matter, we can understand that it is not impossible at all. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead can create so many planets, carrying millions of castles in the air, a perfect yogi like Kardama Muni can easily construct one castle in the air. The castle is described as Sarva Kama Dugham, yielding whatever one desired. It was full of jewels. Even the pillars were made of pearls and valuable stones. These valuable jewels and stones were not subject to deterioration, but were everlastingly and increasingly opulent. We sometimes hear of castles thus bedecked on the surface of this earth also. The castles constructed by Lord Krishna for his 16,108 wives were so bedecked with jewels that there was no need of lamplight during the night. Dasanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in the previous shloka we have seen Kardama Muni by his yoga mastitaha, by his yogic power, he creates Vimanam Kamagam Shattau, he creates an aerial mansion, a castle in the air. And this shloka onwards, in the next probably some 7-8 shlokas, we see the descriptions of this castle. And in the end, we will also be able to see the response of Kardama Muni. So here, in this shloka, it is explained that this castle, there is a proverb, castle in the air. That means it's an imagination. Because we never see castles in the air. It is rare to see even castles on the earth also. But here Kardama Muni, by his yogic power, he could create such a castle. And then the descriptions are here. It is divyam, wonderful, sarva ratna samanvitam. It has all sorts of jewels, this castle. And sarva riddhi, riddhi means wealth. Many people worship devotees for riddhi, siddhi, riddhi and many other things. So this riddhi means sarva riddhi upachaya udarkam. Stamba, mani stambhair. The pillars are not made from cement. They are made from money. That means all kinds of precious stones. Upaskrutam, adorned. And interestingly, this mansion, this castle is Sarva Kama Dugham. Whatever one may desire, it is available inside the castle itself. It is already there in the mansion itself. Sarvakamadugam. Even the earth is called Sarvakamadugam. You can derive all kinds of necessities and foodstuff and everything from the earth, bhumi. So, this is yielding. Dugam means yielding all desires. Such an interesting palace it is. For devotees, for a Krishna conscious person, there is another Ananda Dugam, the source of all pleasure, and that is the lotus feet of Krishna. For devotees, we are not dependent on any castle or any mansion or any facilities for our happiness. A devotee is happy if he is able to remember the lotus feet of the Lord. This is Ananda Dugam. Then one interesting thing here, whenever we construct anything in this world, they all deteriorate over the time. Every year or every other day you have to do some maintenance. In fact, whenever you create anything, there has to be a maintenance department. Facilities and maintenance is one of the very big departments, and go on maintaining these structures. But here it is mentioned, Upachayo Dharkam. They are not deteriorating, but gradually they are all flourishing, increasing. Opulence is increasing, jewels are becoming more and more brighter, all the monies are shining more and more. This is an interesting creation. It is against the laws of this material world, and we understood that in the yogic powers such things are possible. And let us see the glories of this castle more, what is been created here. Prabhupada is also saying such castles were built, created by Lord Krishna for his 16,108 wives. And it is said that those buildings were bedecked with all the jewels, so much so that they don't need any light in the night. Lamp lights are not required in order to light the mansion. The jewels are enough. So, then in the next shloka it is said, Divyopakaranopētam. Upakarana means paraphernalia. You need vessels and glasses and this and that, so many paraphernalia you need. So and those such things are present wonderfully. Divyo upakaranopetam. So the mansion is equipped with all the necessary paraphernalia. And what is the quality of this mansion? Sarvakala sukhavaham. It is pleasing in all the seasons. Somebody may build a big castle, but then in summer, for example, you may have a big castle in Hyderabad, but they'll all leave this place and go to America, or go to some Darjeeling or some other places, because it is not pleasing here. You may put AC and this and that, but then still it is not pleasing. So, but here this castle is Sarva Kala Sukhavaham. Then Pattikabi Patakabi. Now it is decorated all around with festoons. The concept of festoons. So sometimes you see some festoons, sometimes there is a lighting inside. In Orissa, there's a place where you can get a lot of festoons of Jagannath tradition. So these are all, these concepts are there for millions of years. Pattikabi, Patakabi. Pataka means flags. And then Vichitrabi Alankrutam. Then Alankrutam means decorated with all these flags and festoons. and variegated colors. This is the description of the palace. During Janmashtami also, we tried our best to decorate this palace of the Lord with pattika, pataka, all those things. Shragbhi Vichitramalyabi, then it is further embellished, further decorated with wreaths of charming flowers, garlands, lot of varieties of flowers were put on. Malyabhi means mala. Garlands are decorated, and because they are so fresh, these flowers, Manju Sinjat Shadangribi. Shatangribi means 6 legs, and that is bees. So then Manju Shunjat. So that means sweetly humming bees. They have come to, and they are all surrounding these flowers. They are all humming and roaming around, sweetly humming. Then, see, this is an opulence. When we put a garland, and if you see a lot of bees are coming, sometimes it happens here also. For the deities, we offer these garlands, fresh garlands, and then immediately we will see some black bees coming and humming like that. It's an opulence. Don't try to drive them away. They're okay. Not the other ones, the flies, they also come sometimes. So, Manju Sinjat Shadangribi Dukula Kshauma Kausheyai. Then there are Nana Vastrair Virajitam. There are cloth based decorations. Like again, Janmashtami, you see there are so many clothes, they are decorated. See, these concepts are there. They are called tapestries of linen, silk, and various other fabrics. Some fabrics may have decorative artistic designs, and such clothes are also used to decorate the palace. Then opulence is not stopped here. Now you can see more. Upari upari vinyasta nilayeshu prudak. There are 7 stories in that castle. 7 floors are there. So this apartment is in the sky. This is not a single palace like that. There are 7 floors. Upari. One above the other. Vinyasta, placed. Nilayeshu. That means places of living. They are placed one above the other. Prudak, separately placed. Kshiptai, Kashipabhui Kantam. Kantam means a very charming castle it is, and it is arranged with Kashipabhui means with beddings. Paryanka, Vrajanasanai, and also there are fans, there are seats, there are couches, all arranged in 7 stories. Kashipu, we hear this word, Hiranya Kashipu. Hiranya means gold, Kashipu means bed. This person is interested only in these 2, gold and bed. This is called Hiranyakashipu. So of course, everybody has to sleep. There will be some bedding arrangement. Then 17, Tatra Vinikshipta Nana Shilpopashobitam. Now the description Maitreya is describing how the beauty is enhanced by artistic engravings here and there on the walls. Shilpa. So you can see nice engravings on the walls. In some of the big palaces we can see they're all forms of the Lord. They nicely carve these shilpas and they decorate the walls, and sometimes they're just engraving on the wall. Maha Marakatastalya Justam Vidruma Vedibihi, and the floor of emerald and with coral dioceses. So here the flooring was done by emerald. So Prabhupada is saying in the purport, at the present moment, people are very proud of their architectural art, yet floors are generally decorated with colored cement. That is the advancement we have. But it appears, however, that the castle constructed by the yogic powers of Kardama had floors of emerald with coral dioceses. So that's the kind of opulence people cannot even imagine. That's why in the beginning purport, Prabhupada is saying, feeble imagination, they cannot even imagine that such things are possible. Then Dvasu Vidruma Dehalya Bhatam Vajra Kapatavat. And also the palace was very beautiful with its coral thresholds at the entrances. Now Maitreya is focusing on the doors. See, at the door entrance there will be one threshold. Gadapa we say in Telugu. So he is saying that is all coral, made of coral thresholds, and the doors are bedecked with diamonds. Whatever doors are there, of course, we have also tried to put some little gold coating on the doors. Then Shikareshu Indranileshu Hemakumbair Adishritam, and on the doors and the gold and the diamonds and the pinnacles of those decorations are gold pinnacles, Hemakumbair. Sometimes on the doors you see some, there are some designs are there, and only the pinnacles are covered with gold. Hemakumbair Adishritam, crowned. So this is about the doors. Then in the next verse, Chakshushma Padmaraga Grai Vajra Bittishu Nirmitai. Now on the walls there are some diamond decorations, and some rubies, small stones, were embedded inside these diamond decorations, and so it is appearing as possessed of some eyes, as if there are some eyes are there because of the rubies. Justam Vichitra Vaitanair. So Prabhupada is saying here, they have wonderful canopies and valuable gates of gold. Maharhair Hema Torana. Any gate is there is all made up of gold. So here in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, artistic jewelry and decorations giving the appearance of eyes are not imaginary. Even in recent times, the Mughal emperors constructed their palaces with the decorations of jeweled birds, the birds with eyes, made of valuable stones. Eyes are actually made up of these rubies and valuable stones. The stones have been taken away. Of course, here in this case, Britishers have taken away. Now they are safe in British Museum. But the decorations are still present in some of the castles. You can see the decoration, but eyes are missing. That's because somebody has stolen. And so the royal palaces were built with jewels and rare stones resembling eyes, so that at the night they give off reflective light without the need of lamps. That's an opulence. Lighting lamp, a castor oil lamp, that's all for the ordinary people. For the kings and the big aristocratic families, this is the opulence. The next one, Hamsa Paravata Vratais Tatra Tatra Nikunjitam. Now, it is about birds and animals in the palace. See, opulence means not only these rubies and jewels and diamonds and this and that. You can see here and there in that palace, there are live swans and pigeons. In our palace also, here there are pigeons, are there? Swans are not there. But then there are some many hummingbirds, bees, all those things are there. Sometimes we see some cats. Cats and dogs, so multitudes of live swans and pigeons. And also Krutriman Manyamanai Swam, they also have Krutrima, artificial swans and pigeons. They're appearing so lively that Adiruhya cha, all the swans and pigeons are trying to play with them, reach to them, and they're surrounding them because they're thinking they're also living. So that is one more kind of opulence. The palace is always vibrated with the sounds of these birds, the swans and the pigeons and many other. So that's an interesting phenomena. Somewhere you make some a swan or a pigeon kind of a thing, so lively that you will see all the other animals, they come and they try to, they play with it. Then next one is Viharasthana Vishrama Samvesha Pranganajirai. Now that's about the birds. Now it is about the castle has pleasure grounds, resting chambers, and bedrooms and inner and outer yards designed with an eye to comfort. All comfortable things are there. Yatopajosham ruchi. They're very tastefully made. Then Vismapanam ivatmanaha. Now this is the response of Kaddam Muni. By looking at this palace, he says, all this caused astonishment to the sage himself. After creating all this, you can see, so Prabhupada is saying here in the purport, which is very interesting, Kaddam Muni, being a saintly person, was living in a humble hermitage. But when he saw the palace constructed by his yogic powers, which was full of resting rooms, rooms for enjoyment, and inner and outer yards, and he himself was astonished. That is the way of a God-gifted person. A Krishna-conscious person, he gets astonished to see what is manifested, although it is manifested through him. A devotee like Kaddama Muni exhibited such opulence by his yogic power at the request of his wife, but when the opulence was produced, he himself could not understand how such manifestations could be possible. When a yogi's power is exhibited, the yogi himself is sometimes astonished. So here you can see Kardama, being a pure devotee, he is astonished that these yogic powers can do such wonderful things. He is not taking, he is not becoming proud that yes, this is all created by me, and because of my ability, by my expert, karma, all these things are produced. He is not owning it up. In fact, he is astonished that how is this possible? Because a devotee, in the heart of heart, he thinks that I am trying to do my best, whatever service has been allocated to me, and when he sees that a miraculous result appears, he knows it is not his doing, but there is a background. Guru and Krishna have done 99.999 and a little bit they'll give it to you. Through service allocations it will come to you. And you will do little, and poof, there is something very big comes. And then if the devotee says, yes, it's all because of me, then is an illusion, because he is not seeing that behind that result, there are so many things are involved. Other Vaishnavas have guided, they supported, they encouraged, they resolved our issues, they preached to us, they asked us to come for sadhana, they did so many things. That is Vaishnava's contribution. And why did they do all this? Because Prabhupada wanted. The other day we saw a list of quotes on sadhana, how by performance of sadhana, Guru and Krishna are pleased. Interestingly, Prabhupada says in one of the quotes that Krishna is more merciful during sadhana time. So, if you want more mercy, then we have to be present for sadhana. And the deities will be very pleased. And if a servant is present every day, day after day, automatically the deities are pleased. And then one should take advantage of that mercy and pleasure and do more and more services during the day. Sadhana is the beginning of our spiritual day. And so when you start with great mercy from the Lord, then the whole day we will be able to do a lot of services. So, and when we do these services, one should recognize all this help that is coming from. So why these sadhana quotes were posted? Because their service is to ensure that everybody remembers these principles. And then who decided all these services? Prabhupada, in his movement, he wanted this. He never wanted that his temples become places of laziness and sleep in the name of some reason. He never wanted that these places will become hotels for some common mess. He wanted this place to be buzzing with pure devotional service to Krishna. Devotees enthusiastically planning more and more and wanting to offer all comfortable things to Krishna. This is their desire. For a Krishna conscious devotee, all these opulences which are described here, they are not appealing. They are not appealing. He is not attracted to such opulences. Rather, he will be thinking, if such a ruby is available, if such a jewel is available, how I can offer it to Krishna? Like when we are planning this temple, the bigger deities, devotees are suggesting, Prabhu, we should have silver plates, we should have golden rings, we should have this jewel, that jewel. Already devotees' mind is working. We are thinking how to decorate Krishna, how to decorate the deities, Radha Krishna. So this is the mood. So the opulence of this world will not disturb the heart of a devotee. During our preaching, sometimes we may have to go to humble, small shops or small places, or Krishna may take us to some big palaces. Once we went to a palace, and there I saw this opulence. He is like a modern Indra, has all kinds of chandeliers, lighting, and he asked us to sit on some sofas. That is also mentioned here. Sofas are there in this place. So that sofa is looking like a small milky ocean. It is flowing like this under the fan. So softly it is going. And then we are thinking, we have to sit here. We are just verifying. Is this the one? Yes, Swamiji, please sit down there. He's saying, it is so, but all those comforts are made for whom? for themselves, for their own sense gratification. But actually, devotees are thinking how we can make such a bedding for the deities, and then rest the deities after the Shayanarati in such wonderful beds. Everything can be used in Krishna's service. If a devotee develops this vision, how to use everything in this world for Krishna's service, he is liberated. Jivan Mukta. He becomes a liberated person even in this world. We may be in conditioned stage, but if we can develop this vision, whatever we see, we want to engage it in Krishna's service. That's all. Such a devotee is not interested in big achievements and taking credit for it. Taking credit for it. Many times, devotees or some well-wishers or people, they used to give credit to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, you have done something wonderful. You have made such a wonderful, you gave us wonderful books, you gave us a wonderful process, a mechanism to be Krishna conscious, to live happily in this world. And Prabhupada would always say, what did I do wonderful? If at all there is any credit to me, my credit is that I have not changed one word of Krishna. I have given Bhagavad Gita, I have given all these books as it is. And sometimes, and Prabhupada used to read his own books. And once he asked the devotees, why do you think I am reading my books? Devotees are all silent because they don't know what to say. And then they don't want to venture also and tell something. And then Prabhupada says, because when I read these books are not written by me. These books are written by my spiritual master. These books are written by Krishna. So when I read, even I become enlightened. I become attracted by these purports. Although Prabhupada is the one, he used to get up at 1:32 in the early morning, in the night, and then he used to do so much of translation and giving purports to Bhaktivedanta purports to the this Vedic literature, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Such a wonderful service. This knowledge, this kind of ideals, this kind of thinking is never to be seen. So a modern person who thinks that now we are living in the most advanced civilization, look at our GDP, 13 trillion, 30 trillion, this trillion, that trillion, they're all thinking, but all these trillions are based on loans. Every government has big loans to pay. And what to talk about these gems and rubies and all these things. Such opulence is, if at all there is some opulence like that, people will come and just steal and go away. That's what happened to India. India used to have all these opulences. The first class gems and jewels and this and that. Now it's all stolen away. They're all there in various museums and various other places across the... our Warangal Kali temple, the deity used to have one very interesting mukut, a diamond, that is there in some place. India is asking for that. They are saying no, it is so costly. They want to keep it. So this is the way. When the people become selfish and want to use everything for their own sense gratification, then there will be fightings, there will be wars. All the wars that are happening today, they're all just meant for owning more and more land. That's all. More and more wealth. That's why they fight. Go on fighting. Sarvabhaumadipatya. They want control over all the resources of this world. This is what the fighting is. If everybody thinks that this place is mine, so I have to increase this place, my rule, my control, then there will be only be fightings. But if everybody thinks that everything belongs to Krishna, he is the supreme proprietor, everything should be used in his service, then the atmosphere will be something else. In that atmosphere, Krishna becomes confident of giving more and more opulence. He sends more and more opulence to such places. So, as the devotees, they consider the deities as the owners. He is the owner, he is the controller, and he is the enjoyer. And so the devotees, they utilize everything in the temple for deity's pleasure. And as they utilize more and more, Krishna will send more and more. But as soon as such opulence is used for our own sense gratification, then again there will be fightings. There will be quarrels. Oh, you are having so many facilities. Even I should have so many facilities. Of course, none of us have any big facilities like that, but that's how the quarrels come. As soon as a person thinks in terms of sense gratification, then he will become quarrelsome, and then he will become fighting for facilities, fighting for power, fighting for control. This is the mood. So that's why we should be very careful. Always see with the vision that Krishna is the owner, rightfully everything belongs to him, and it is in my interest that I give back, offer everything back in Krishna's service. He is the owner, everything belongs to him, so I have to use it in his service. Then I am safe. And what about my maintenance and my protection, my all those things? That will be taken care. Krishna knows how to take care of his servants. Ordinary person also knows how to take care of his servants. Do you think Krishna doesn't know? So he takes care of his servants nicely. In fact, so opulently that nobody can imagine. That is the kind of care that devotees get. So, a rightly situated devotee recognizes all this. He recognizes the care of the deities, of the Vaishnavas, and then his heart will be full of gratitude, and then he thinks how I can pay back, how I can give back more and more by contributing to Guru's desires, by fulfilling Guru's desires. This is the mood of a devotee. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.